and a bodybuilder, and I love to have a small waist. And it's not just loving to have a small waist, I'm actually, you could say, obsessed. I would wear corsets on a daily basis, different types of corsets. I even sleep with one. And I just wanted to give you a little background about myself. Yes, I'm a competitor, but that's not my life. My life is about having a really nice shaped body, and especially the smallest waist possible. And right now that I'm pregnant, it's like, it feels like my life is completely upside down. I know for most of you it's going to be like, well, you're pregnant, it doesn't matter, it's a natural process, blah, 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 right? Don't get me wrong, this was not a surprise, it was planned. My husband and I wanted to have a kid, so this was not like a shock or anything, but it's a shock to my body. And it's a shock to me mentally, regardless, because this is my first time, and I'm at my 3rd month right now. I've been always having cramps at the bottom, like right where my ab line is, like right at the bottom, right here. Cramps nonstop. And I know that it's because, the muscle is breaking in some way or another, but it's not making me happy. And I know that most of you are going to be like, well, that's the natural process. That's how people get pregnant and blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm a different person. And if you are like me as well, or if you really aren't pregnant and you're trying to have the smallest waist possible, this is a perfect channel for you. And this is a new channel that I just started. I used to have 2 different other channels. If you followed me on my other channels, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me again. I love to have you all here. But if you're new, I just wanted to let you know the topic of my channel is basically waist training. In other words, I'm obsessed with waist training. I'm not to the level where I want to break my waist completely. Notice the wording here, okay? Well, it's more like, okay, I want to have the perfect body shape, and my waist has to be the smallest. Just giving you a little background, a little idea who I am, okay? I'm a 5'7" woman, and I train a lot, and I compete, and I'm a bodybuilder. I like to run, I like to be skinny, I like to be on the skinnier side of the spectrum at all times. If you know what bodybuilders do, they go up and down. I compete in the bikini side because I always, like I said, I always want to stick to being the skinniest possible. This topic though, and it's going to switch later on, this topic though of today, I am pregnant. And this is my 3rd month right now. I'm on my 3rd month, so I wanted to give you updates, what I'm doing for my waist, and I know what most of you would be thinking, like, this is natural, you shouldn't be doing anything for your waist, but to be honest with you, no, I'm not following anybody's advice here, because I've been waist training all my life, you could say. I've been waist training as far as I could remember. I've been wearing corsets. I have a corset for the morning, I have a corset for the afternoon, I have a different one for training, I have a different one to sleep with, so yeah, waist training is a huge part of my life. And that's why I wanted to talk to you today about what I'm doing, which is probably going to be a first. I have never heard or seen anybody doing corseting. I've seen one girl on YouTube, and she was making her own corsets, which she calls corsets, but I didn't see them looking like a corset at all. They were more like pieces of cloth that she just wraps her stomach around with. But for me, it's going to be a little bit different. And I know there's no way around it. There's a baby in there, and it's going to grow. I'm not stupid, I get that point. All I'm trying to do is to maintain the shape on the sides to where my stomach will just go forward instead of like going sideways. And I know a lot of people say, no, it's a natural process, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm going to try and defeat all the odds. Now, if you want to see what I'm going to be doing next, in the next 6 months or whatever long it's going to take, stick around, and I'm going to be making videos of aftermath. No. And I'm going to make videos of later on when I compete. So stick around if you really love to have a small waist, if you like to have the, what's it called, oh my God, the hourglass body shape. I couldn't find the word. I just love to have an hourglass body shape. I love to have the smallest waist possible on stage. I step on stage at 21 inches, between 21 inches in waist circumference to 20.5. Okay, I haven't gotten smaller. My wish was to get smaller, but I'll work on that later. Right now, my main concern is my pregnancy. And what I'm trying to achieve is to have my belly go to the front, like I will have the baby here. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be to the side, because I've seen a lot of people pregnant and they have their belly going to the side. I cannot handle it, because it's like the side piece is what bothers me the most, okay? I get it, sometimes you're bloated, you have a little stomach coming out, you have this, you have that. The side, And I know this sounds crazy to a lot of you guys, and I know it's not normal in the world of pregnant women in general. I know that a lot of people say, oh, you know, after that you get back, blah, 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 you train, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me be clear here. This is not a channel where we crush our baby, but this is a channel where we take care of ourselves. Okay, I'm trying to take care of myself. I'm trying to make sure that my body doesn't go out of proportions. Okay, I'm not crushing my baby. I'm just keeping him warm and happy. Okay, now let's talk about what I do to waist train. I am not using my corsetting. I'm usually the kind of person that I corset in the morning with a real corset, the one with the metals in the middle and all that stuff, and it's super tight and it can like even crush your bones if you go heavy. That's one type of corset that I'm not wearing right now, but I will be making videos in the future and I will talk about those corsets and what to do to wear those corsets and how you can corset with them slowly. That's one that I'm not wearing. I have a corset at night that also has metals that are really strong and tight, but it's mesh, and I sleep with it and it's very comfortable. But right now, since I have a baby inside of me, that's not happening either, but I'll talk about it in different videos in the future for those of you who want a very, very, very tiny waist.